Hey guys, you are welcome to Let's Sip podcast. My name is Kata, and today we are going to be talking to a very, very inspiring and important person. Someone that has actually changed the face of Ghanaian entertainment. Someone that has actually brought a new award to the award schemes, and someone that has really been keeping us on our feet. And we're asking, how does he do it? Well, it's no other person than Baba Sadiq Abdulai Abu. This is the part that people clap. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, so this show is called Let's Sip. Normally we would have been sipping on something, but we are respecting Sadiq today because it's all about Ramadan.
It's Ramadan.
Shout out to everyone fasting, and may God listen to our prayers, and may everything that we ever prayed for come through. Now, Sadiq, the politician, the media and entertainment entrepreneur, founder of 3 music networks and 3 music awards and Wonderland Festival.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to ask you your mantra. Your mantra is already on your Instagram. it's on your Instagram profile. No guts, no glory.
Right.
Sadiq, a lot of people don't know where you started from, right? I know, like, you were producer, like you've worked in the TV station as a producer of a show. Can you tell us how it all started?
Well, I started as an assistant producer at Metro TV sometime in 2004.
So you didn't even start as the producer?
No.
Wow.
I started off from the bottom. You know? So I started off I didn't start off as an assistant producer in the real sense of it. I was an assistant to the presenter, John Jermaine. So John Jermaine took me to Metro TV, and I was his guy. I was his aide. I was a guy that would do a lot of work for him, any work, anyway, you know. But by virtue of being with John Jermaine and spending a lot more time at Metro TV where he worked, I took that as an opportunity to learn and understand television production. And Metro TV at the time had some of the best producers, directors. And so, the times I spent there gave me the opportunity to learn about television production, scripting, putting it together, organizing it, and all of those things. And then also from John Jermaine himself, I tapped into his experience and the insight that he had at the time. And so that was a beginning for me. At a point in time, went back to school to get a diploma in communications. I went back again later to top it up to have a degree. But for Metro TV, I did some worked with some ad agencies, did some work at Incel, as production manager. I actually even wrote for Daily Guide newspaper.
Wow.
Yeah.
So so basically you've done it all.
Yeah, I did it. I also worked as Rudy Kwache's assistant when he worked with MTV. Then I worked at multimedia, Joy FM and Hits FM as a content producer. Left to join a South African agency, Rockstar 4000.
Right.
Then we did Rave, Rockstar 4000. We did a lot of projects. The 1A project with R. Kelly, the O2O Lives, a lot of activation in the space.
Wow.
Then I started off on my own, producing content and doing events. Then joined Viasat One as head of productions. Later became head of programs.
I think that's when I knew you.
Yeah. Head of programs. Then when I left Viasat, from 2015, I've been on the entrepreneurial space.
Yeah. But when did it dawn on you that, okay, I am made for this? Like, I'm going to take it to the highest.
Well, I think I've always had it in me. I've always had very, very lofty dreams. I've always been ambitious. I've always had, visualize bigger things. You know, in the house that I grew up, I was exposed to a lot of media, magazines, newspapers, books. So I read a lot, you know. That kind of gave me, it exposed me very early to the workings of the media and entertainment industry and what's possible, you know. So even without knowing the hustle that goes into it, I began to dream Charlie, he cannot, he's the producer, presenter, this, that. I want to be like him. PDD, I want to be like him. Because my house was full of media space stuff. There was Source Magazine, there was Ebony Magazine. There were a number of newspapers, and the radio was almost always on TV as well. So I kind of picked up a lot of things while I was growing up. But I think in secondary school was when I began to think more and more about the things that the path that I wanted to pursue. You know, it was then that I knew I was cut out for the media, entertainment, and communication space, because I began to see what I was effective on or about. You know, so right from school, that's when I picked it up, started to do stuff with John Jermaine, And then I've never looked back since.
Right. So, like in our environment, especially for people running TV stations or TV networks, you see a lot of, older people being the CEOs or the ones running it or the ones deciding how it should look like. But hey, you're in your 30s. Like, how, like, does it scare you? Or like, even when you go to meetings, like, do people go like, is that the person I'm going to be talking to?
Somebody came to my office. She runs an agency and was doing an event for a client. So when she came to the office and she was like, "Oh yeah, pleased to meet you and everything. Hey, you look younger than you seem or down you sound." I was like, "Yeah, I'm young." She said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 36." She's like, "No, you're kidding." I said, "I'm 36."
Oh, like, no, you're kidding. Let me join that.
She said, "I'm 36 going to 37." She's like, "Whoa, so you're my age mate?" I said, "Yeah." So I think it's also because of the space, but across the world, particularly if you're somebody like me that has been exposed to the workings of international media and entertainment brands, you realize that media and entertainment generally thrives on fresh blood, young, insightful, hardworking individuals.
Right.
I think I paid my dues in terms of where I came from, the things I learned, and the experiences I garnered because I fully immersed and indulged myself in what I was doing, and the individuals that mentored me and brought me up, So all these experiences collectively built me, gave me a certain level of confidence, insight, to a point where I can sit back and visualize or foresee things that I know it's possible, and clearly in my mind I will know that the roadmap and the timelines to pursue in terms of, and also because it's also not been rosy. I've been an entrepreneur. I've gone through the challenges with bootstrap. We've gone through tears. We've gone through a lot of things, and so we keep learning. Every project, every organization, every experience provides a learning experience, lessons. That can be built upon.
Right.
And so by doing these things, it put me in a state to really understand and know how things work.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you started with three music TV show, which I worked for you. Yeah. By the way, I've worked for Sadiq. He used to be my boss. He's still my boss. So
prior to that, we're doing news, and then
So you started with all that, like with the shows, and then one day you were like, because we were all there. One day you were like, there's going to be an award.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, what? Like, this show is not even up to 2 seasons. What's wrong with you? And now this award, 3 music awards, is like one of the best awards right now when it comes to the music industry. Yeah. How did you come up with this? What made you ever say, okay, I want to have an award that changes the game? Because obviously it's a game changer right now, and everybody's happy about it. Yeah. From the way it's set up to what we watch and what goes into it. How did you come up with this? What inspired that?
I think it's a strategic thinking from the beginning when we started 3 Music. By 3 or 4 years after we started 3 Music Awards, I still show people the initial document of 3 Music Awards from when we began or before we began. And they're like, "Did you just come out with this document?" I'm like, "No, this is the document that actually guided everything we've done from the beginning till this point." And so, like I indicated earlier, the experience, the insight provided me a certain unique understanding of how things should be. So when we started 3 Music, it was not just meant to be that 1-hour programming block that we got on TV3 every day of the week, but it was supposed to be a whole ecosystem, supposed to be a whole universe of a sort, targeting young individuals with music-based and lifestyle content. So we had thought about it that it was going to grow into a television channel at a point in time, and we had known that there were a few things that were going to make us as a music and lifestyle channel influential, give us a top of mind visibility, and make us profitable, commercially. Because when we sorted out to do, we knew that we're aiming for a commercial place from the onset. And so awards was part of it. And so when we began the show on TV3 at the point, and we're having challenges with marketing, not with sales, not because we're not adept at doing it, or not because we're not approaching the agencies, but we're not getting enough of it. Also because we didn't have such a strong top of mind, regardless of the good content that we had on television. And so we kind of felt that the need by 6 months that for this to be sustainable, for this to grow, we needed to jump in and do the awards. It was a crazy dream because awards was expensive. Awards was crazy. It required so much effort to put together, and we just jumped in, like I said, with a lot of guts. It happened with a lot of tears, Charlie, crazy. But by the second year, by the first year, we're demoralized and given the whole public sentiment around it. We nearly couldn't come back with the second year, but then we said, you know what, we just can't give up on the dreams. Let's move. And then so we moved again. We tried to find our feet. We tried to cut our corners based on the experiences that we've learned from the year one. We tried to find a more open, transparent way of doing it in terms of the people that we brought on board. And so second year also moved on, and then we came to the third year. So third year was when it became obvious we're going to begin to gather some bit of revenue, and then Corona hit us. Corona hit us again, not once to give up. We thought about it quickly and then did a Corona version.
Yes,
yes.
I like
because
that
we
Corona
needed
version.
to have the brand to sustain, and because we've been innovative, we needed to be able to assert that innovation that's always been in us. We did the Corona one, came back with the 2021, which was huge, took it to a different direction altogether, and then we came back with the fifth one this year.
Yeah.
Which
gave us a viral video.
Exactly. So in essence, I founded and I've run three music awards and everything for the past 6 years.
Nice.
From 2017 till now, and so far the growth had been phenomenal.
Yeah.
We've taken it from ground up, built it, and it's 6 years. And we're going strong.
6 years, and you also introduced Widerland Festival.
Widerland
How did you even come up with that? Don't you rest, Sadiq? Do you ever rest? Okay, before we talk about Widerland, do you ever rest?
I take some rest intermittently. Lately, I began to take a lot more rest because I've begun to expand the team. With increased investment and expansion, you begin to have a lot more people take different roles in the business. And so that gives you the opportunity to rest a bit. But previously, I used to be almost everything,
But with
Widerland
Festival, it was different.
It was different,
you had to take people all the way down to our version of the safari.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's called the African Glastonbury.
African what?
It's called the Glastonbury of Africa.
The African Glastonbury.
Glastonbury Festival.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot to pronounce, but yeah. So, you have brought something like that here, but this time around, you're taking it to another country. Why? And why are you taking it away from us? Is it it's not going to happen in Ghana this year?
No, it's going to come back in Ghana as well in December. But in the ways that we've thought about it, I've always believed that we could start projects from here, build it, and take it across the world. And so aimed with a certain globalization agenda, we curated a festival that could match with any festival experience across the world in the ways that makes it possible and easier to take it from different countries and build a truly global entertainment property from Ghana. And so that's the idea behind all of it. And then we did Ghana. It's year one as usual. Now we understand how year ones for a lot of the projects that we do goes. We understand where there's been learnings, where there's been what has failed, what has worked, and obviously we're building upon it. And the next stage of it is to be able to have different parts of the world experience it. But Ghana is always going to be home for Widerland Festival in December. And so, because December is a holiday makers period where the world comes to Ghana. And so if you've truly built this global festival and the globe is coming to Ghana, definitely they've got to experience the Widerland Festival before you go.
Right.
So that explains why we're taking it around. And also it ties into the whole overall commercial objective of the festival itself. Because for it to be able to make sense, some of the things that you invest into should be able to replicate that across, so we can maximize on the investments that go into it.
Right. Okay, so before we end, we would like you to drop a nugget for us. And now this is basically going to be around how you have, pushed to this level. So I'm just going to ask just one question. When people tell you no, what do you do?
I don't take no for an answer.
You don't take no for an answer. So anyone watching you right now, I'm sure they would like to hear, your own nuggets, your original nuggets, apart from no guts, no glory.
Well, okay, so my nuggets consistently is anchored within the spirits and of the no guts, no glory, which is essentially not giving up, which is essentially following the passion, pursuing it hard, and putting yourself into it. people can have a lot of doubts, and people can say no. I don't take no for an answer. If it's no, then my response is why not?
Mm-hmm.
If it's no, consistently is why not? Why no? I need to find out. If it needs to be logical to me, no. I need to drill down to the final. If I'm going to pursue it to the final day of the date, or the actual day for me to say, finally, this can happen. I don't take no for an answer.
Right.
So yes, as much as it's all about God and no God, no glory, it's accept the whole not taking no and asking questions in terms of why not? Why can't you do A, B, C, D?
Right.
That spirit of curiosity, that spirit of not giving up, that spirit of pursuing what's on your mind, on your heart, will to a large extent take you far.
Okay, now you've heard it, guys. So, no guts, no glory. I think that should be the title
Correct.
of this episode. No guts, no glory. And Sadiq, I want to say a very big thank you to you
Thank
for
you very
coming
much, too.
through. I mean, it's been interesting and also inspiring.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it has taught me never to give up.
Yes.
If there's one thing I took out from this today, it's never,
To give
ever to give up. Guys, I'm sure you're like, thank you, but keep watching 3 Music Networks,
Yeah.
and also watch out for Widerland
Widerland
Festival,
Festival, yeah.
and also watch out for the next 3 Music Awards,
Yeah.
which is next year.
year,
Thank you so much, Sadiq.
Thank you very much,
So
too.
this is Let's Sip. My name is Kata. Thank you for watching and for listening. Bye-bye.